Throughout this semester, I've learned a variety of concepts and essential information that are extremely important in developing as a socially just educator inside and outside of the classroom. The three main ideas that stuck out to me this semester were topics of social class and poverty, race, gender, identity-safe classrooms, and culturally responsive teaching, oppression, and cultural lens. Our culture is a set of beliefs, values, and behavior that is transferred from each family to the next and can be interpreted in many ways through our own cultural lens. In order for each individual culture to connect and transmit different perspectives, one must take into consideration the variety of ideologies all around the world. When we discussed why words matter, we connected back to the whole idea of we don't see through our eyes or hear through our ears, but through our beliefs. When it comes to educating the next generation of students, our own biases must be put on hold in order to educate them properly. In Anderson's article, we read how oppression connects to classism, racism, sexism, etc. For example, in the TED Talk we watched in the beginning of the semester, a single story brought to my attention how many forms of oppression little kids can go through, and we don't even notice it. The little boy in the African American's village was always known as poor, so they assumed he couldn't do anything amazing. However, prior to their knowledge, his family was full of hard workers, and his brother accomplished many things that went unnoticed. Social class and poverty play a key role in today's modern education. Rather than thinking that there is a culture of poverty, we must be aware of the overall inequality and oppression that takes place in students' lives. Each student is judged and mistreated normally due to their social class rankings. In the beginning of the semester, we did a simulation where each person was given a list of characteristics about their life. You got to move up in the line if you had the typical necessities of life: money, education, opportunity, dominant race, etc. Those who were classified the non-dominant group, which included non-white, poor, and lacked the education, didn't get to move up the ladder of social class. Educational levels can be predicted usually by the income of a family and the overall stability that the family can provide for each child. When watching Precious Knowledge, it made me realize how much privilege I have in the classroom as a white female American. Throughout the film, they discuss how most of the non-white students are enrolled in Mexican American study programs, where they can use their mirrors and see themselves in the information discussed in class. Until this class, I never understood or even noticed how different it was for people of other races to sit through everyday classes and learn about the dominant group instead of their own culture. Also, in an article read for this class, What's So Bad About a Boy Who Wants to Wear a Dress?, it identifies the gender inequality inside the classroom. Children shouldn't have to sacrifice their learning experience and overall education because of the people surrounding them. This is a prime example of why we should make our students and children aware of overall race, class, gender, and family arrangements. As a future teacher, I believe it is important to examine different societal oppressions because each form can affect any of our students daily, and you always need to be aware, active, and responsive. I learned that developing the critical consciousness needed to be a teacher will affect the ways in which my students learn in the classroom. This will help me interact with each child efficiently and will allow me to connect with them on a more personal level, which will expand my knowledge and understanding of their background.